For many years, the situation in Nigerian prisons has become miserable. So much concerns have been expressed over the overwhelming number of awaiting trials inmates, some of whom have spent more years in prison than the actual years required for their crimes. But all this may soon change with the introduction of a digital system that will allow government to track the operations in the prisons and monitor the conditions of the inmates. The idea is to also help decongest the prisons. The digital system is expected to cost 2.8 billion naira.
In the case of the Attorney General can be able to access the information on a daily basis as to what truly obtains in prison formation. Who is it that is entitled to be taken to court today? Who is it that is entitled to be released today? Who is it that has remained in prison for a period longer than a period of sentence if he was to have been sentenced arising from decision of the court? Who is it that is in prison formation that is not entitled to be there? So it is a kind of digitalized process that affords the stakeholders in the justice administration an opportunity on a daily basis to look at to have an idea as to what obtains in prison for the purpose of decision making.
In continuation of government drive to meet up with its training and skills acquisition program for the youth, the Federal Executive Council also approved 2 contracts for the Southeast and Northwest regions. They are estimated to cost 122 million naira and 145 million naira, respectively.
Under the National Social Investment Program. Both of them are under the Empower Build program. As you will know, the Empower Build program is a non-graduate program that seeks to deliver accelerated training and certification skills to 75,000 Nigerians between the ages of 18 and 35 years old. It aims to build a new crop of highly competent and skilled workforce of technicians, artisans, and service professionals who will be trained and tooled and transitioned annually.
The Council also approved 491 million naira for the procurement of a memory access retrieval system for the aviation sector.
Considered and duly approved a memorandum from us, and it is for the procurement of memory access retrieval system. And this memory access retrieval system is to enhance safety. Safety and security being the main thrust of the policy of Muhammadu Buhari's government on aviation. And this is to enhance our laboratory in accident investigation. And it's a requirement of International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, with their standards and recommended practices, and it's also a requirement by our local laws. And the total sum is 491,731,485 naira even.
Meanwhile, the nation's capital got approval for procurement of 500 firemen suits to improve firefighting in Abuja, as well as contracts of 368 million naira for the supply of water and field materials for the FCT Water Board.
2 memos were presented to the Council by the Ministry of the FCT. The first memo was for the award of contract for the supply of water and field materials for the Abuja Water Board at the sum of 368 million naira, including 5% VAT, to a company called Mudfa International Company Limited. While the second memo was a contract for the supply of 500 firemen suits, under the FCT fire services of the Emergency Management Agency of the FCT.
From the Presidential Villa, Abuja, Ayobami Kwashe, reporting.